In this video, we will demonstrate how to download and install the SentryMDU app onto your mobile device or smartphone. In this particular video, we're going to use, as you see here, a 10-inch Samsung tablet, a Tab S2, simply because it's got a bigger screen and it'll show up better on the video. To begin with our download, we're going to first go to Google to access the DigiLumen Technologies website. The SentryMDU app is not available on the Play Store, the Google App Store, because we are a commercial grade app. We also, some of the features allow unattended remote operation of the mobile device as a surveillance camera, and Google policy does not allow that. So you must download the app from our website. So let's go, but we're going to go to Google and search for our company so you can find the website. So we go to Google and let's just type in our company name. So it's DigiLumen Technologies. So here we've got DigiLumen Technologies, and it will come to the screen will now populate with a profile of our business. So here's DigiLumen Technologies, Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Talks a little bit about the company, and what you want is our website. So you will click on the website button, and it will take you to the DigiLumen Technologies website. And in this case, you can read about the smartphone app, a lot of the features, technology review, applications, things like that. But what we're looking for on this video is to download the app for our mobile device. On the left side of the screen, you'll notice there's a button here, and I'll zoom in just a little bit, and you'll see where it says SentryMDU Android app download. So that's the button that we want to click from the website. So here's the website, and let's click on that button, and it will take us to an intermediate screen which talks a little bit about the app and the fact that you will now be transferred to a secure download server, which is our administrative server, and you'll be looking for the same button. But at the bottom of the screen, here's a green button that says continue to download site. So you want to click on that, and it will take you to another website, which is a secure SentryMDU administrative gateway server. And this is what the screen should look like. And on this particular website, you will also have the same button. So SentryMDU Android app download. And you'll need to, again, click on that same button. You'll now see a download screen which is sized for a smartphone. So if I hold a smartphone up here, you can see that if you were downloading onto a smartphone, it would be sized to fill up the screen of a smartphone. And of course, the screen can scroll. Down here are a description of the permissions that will be required for you to agree to for the app to install on your mobile device. There's a download button where you'll continue to download, and then there's a reference to the SentryMDU user guide here. We would strongly suggest that you download the user guides, and we won't do that now, but I'll just show you. If you were to click on that button, you're taken to another screen, again sized for a mobile device, which allows you to download both the quick start guide and the mobile device user guide. Of course, we would suggest you download both of them, but at a minimum you should download the quick start guide. It will have a set of pictures and step-by-step guides of exactly how to download, install, and configure your device for the best user experience. Okay, but for now we're going to go back. This video is to explain how to download and install, so we're going to continue to download. So we click on the continue to download. We're taken to another screen Looks very similar. The only difference is this has a summary of the features. Not all of them, but as much as we wanted to put on a screen. A summary of features of the SentryMDU application. And in the middle is the download the Sentry app button. So you'll click on this button, and as you see, we had a pop-up. It says this type of file, do you want to download it? Do you want to keep it? Yes, we want to download this file. So the file is now downloading onto our mobile device, and it'll let us know when it's finished. So it'll take just a minute. This is about a 60 megabyte file, which will download to your mobile device, and then we will need to install that file into our application container. So it'll take just a minute to download. Okay, we think it's now finished downloading, and let's take a look. So if I pull the screen down, you can see here which it says SentryMDU. That's a version number 298. Download is complete. So we have downloaded the file now into our download folder. So what we'll do is we will now go to, let's go to the download folder, and we clicked on that. So now we're going to download it. So most phones are set to block a download for what's called an unknown source. So you'll have settings on your phone that can allow unknown sources. So in this case, it's saying, hey, this is not from the Play Store. I don't know about this particular application, so let's look at the settings. So here we'll go to settings, and settings come up, and here where it says unknown sources, we want to say, yep, we want to install that from unknown sources. It says, are you sure you want to install from an unknown source? And we say, okay. So do you want to install this application? And down in the lower right, we say, yes, we do want to install. So we're now installing the SentryMDU application on our mobile device. And okay, the app has now been installed. You can see where it says app installed here, and we are done. So we click on done, and it has now finished installing. We still have the previous screen, so we'll just back out of these and return to our main apps. And if we scroll over here on this next page, you'll see we have the SentryMDU icon, and when the SentryMDU app is installed, it will install two icons. One is called the SentryMDU main application, and then we have a SentryMDU bookmark. I won't go into that feature now, but it allows you to bookmark certain features and functions that you use all the time, and it makes it essentially a one-click launch to launch, let's say, a surveillance camera or locations, all sorts of things. So for now, we have downloaded and installed the SentryMDU app on our tablet, and so we will just click on that to open it. And what you will notice is that there's a set of permissions, as we described initially in part of the download. There's a set of permissions that you'll need to agree to. So we'll come down here, and you can see the permissions are listed, but we'll request the permissions. So it says, okay, you're going to allow it to access the device's location. Yes, we're going to allow that. Make and manage phone calls. Yes. Take pictures, record video. Yes, allow that. Access to photos, media, and files on your device. Yes. Record audio. Yes. Stop optimizing battery usage. Now, depending on the make and model of your smartphone, you may not have some of these options available. This particular tablet does have battery optimization features, and right now what we're saying is because the SentryMDU can run in the background, we don't want to have it restricted by the battery. So, whoops. So we want to say yes. And then we have to allow permissions so the app can appear on top. The SentryMDU app has floating windows which allow, let's say, a small video window to be placed on your mobile device, on the smartphone or a tablet, and you can move it around on the screen as a small floating window on top of other apps as you're doing other things. You can continue to have that little video panel on your device. So we need to allow that permission to occur. So we do that and then just hit the back button, and that will then finish all the permissions, and the program files now get installed. It's all or none. You have to accept all the permissions. If you pick and choose, it won't load. So the next thing you will see is an end user license agreement, and you can read through this. There's extra copies on our website, and you'll need to, down in the lower left here, agree, and click a checkbox there, and then you have to agree. And the same thing with our privacy policy. We suggest you read this. We do not take data from your device like some of the big search engines and social media giants that will, capture information from your device, track your location, all that sort of stuff. We don't do that. But read through our privacy policy. You'll see what we do, and agree. Have to agree and agree to that. And that has now, it says, would you like to register your device? For now, we're not. We're just going to say okay. And this is the type of screen you should see. It is a map screen, which just happens to show a couple of continents, United States and South America. And what I generally like to do under settings is you can zoom in by, it's a two-touch navigation. My preference is to use another feature, and so I'll go under settings here, and instead of multi-touch, I'm going to use I call the default. Okay, and you'll notice there's a little double red bar here, and this allows you to zoom in and out. And of course, you can rotate the screen if you'd like also. But I'm just setting it to use this type of a zoom. So we have now downloaded and installed the SentryMDU app on our mobile device, and it will be ready for our user registration and further configuration. Once again, we suggest that you download and review our mobile device user guide and quick start guide, and if you want to download and install those on your tablet or smartphone, you'll notice here this little hurricane icon. If you click on that, a floating window will appear. Remember, we talked about floating windows where you can move these little windows around. This particular floating window has where you can download the quick start guide from our website to your mobile device, and then you'll have it on your mobile device for review. So that's what that little, we call it a hurricane icon, is. So you have now downloaded and installed the SentryMDU app on your mobile device, and your next step will be registration and configuration. Thanks very much. Have a great day.